Hi, my name is Michael. This is The Slice, and today we are interviewing Gino De Blasio. Hi, Gino.
Hi, Mike.
So today we are interviewing Gino De Blasio, and he is here with me right now. We are talking on Zoom. I am in my van. Gino, where are you?
I'm in my lounge. We tried this from my garden.
You're in your lounge.
I'm in my lounge. We tried this from the garden. It didn't quite work. I think there's a blooper reel just from that itself.
Hello and welcome to today's show. It's The Slice with Michael D. Hi everyone, my name is Michael, and today we are interviewing Gino De Blasio. Nearly said De Campo. I am so sorry. It was there, and I had to
Start again.
It sounded like I stumbled. Hi, my name is Michael, and today we are interviewing Gino De Blasio. Only on the slide. No, that was. Hi, my name is Michael, and today we are interviewing Gino De Blasio.
You forgot to say The Slice.
Yeah, I did. The name of the show. Okay. Hi, my name is Michael, and today on The Slice, we are interviewing Gino De Blasio. Hi, Gino.
Hi, Mike.
Yeah.
So decided to come upstairs and take my old man's chair.
Why
and
not?
Chat.
So the aim of the game really is for me to set a timer and to just have a chat about business in 20 minutes. Let's do it. So I've got my timer there, and when it goes off, even if we're in mid-conversation, that's it. It's bye Gino, and I'm out of here. Bye Gino, and I'm out of here. Okay, so
sounds very fired up. Yeah.
The timer has started. So Gino, first of all, tell us all a little bit about what you do, because I'll be completely honest, I've known you 8 years. Still really don't know what you do.
8-9 years. Yeah, that's normal. So basically, the way to think about what it is I do content marketing. So content marketing captures SEO, which is search engine optimization. So if you've got a business, you've got a brand, you're trying to get that ranking up in Google. What you want to focus on is technical side, and then the content side, the on page. So you've got off page and on page, and I focus on the on page, which is all about writing web copy, blogs, guides, ebooks, newsletters. So I work within that. I work within branding and building up brands, and I'm a freelance writer. I do editorial pieces for things like magazines, newspapers, and then just part-time chef, terrible guitarist.
Just a part-time chef. Just throw that in there. He's Italian. He's a part-time chef.
There you go.
So how did you get into all of that then? How did you become a part-time chef? Do you not want to do it full-time, or haven't got enough?
I say part-time chef. I mean, I'm a budding cook more than part-time chef. I mean, more than anything else.
You lied there, didn't you?
I did a little bit. I overplayed that hand. So, no, I mean, it's just a big thing really about Italian culture. It's all about watching your grandparents, watching your mothers, cook. I had the privilege of even knowing my great-grandfather, who passed away 10 years ago, and he'd made it to 100. And he was somebody that was teaching me how to make wine when I was about 6 or 7. So it's very an Italian culture thing that you learn from the generations beforehand. But I've always just been curious about making food. My cousins who are my age, both the men and women, they don't care about it, about cooking. I'm the one that has to cook like at Christmas and things like this. So it's just something that I've got a passion for really, and I just carried on. And
if I was to look in your fridge, Gino, I wouldn't find a meal deal.
No.
You frown upon them, don't you?
I frown upon meal deals. I frown upon I don't frown upon a Gino De Campo pizza. I know we're not sponsored by him, and I don't ever want to be sponsored by him, but he they're actually really good from Iceland. They're really actually good. They're one of the best ones. Scarily, they're one of the best ones. Frozen up pizzas you can get. But no meal deals. It's always tends to be fresh produce. And when you're making pasta dishes, you only ever need 3 ingredients for a sauce. So, yeah.
Only 3. Is that because you're
Only
stingy?
3, 4. No, it's because if it's... No,
I'm asking a question. I'm just asking what everybody else will be asking. Yeah.
Okay, so if you look at pantry items such as like olive oil, I can't believe we're talking about this, but if you look at pantry items like olive oil, you've got like the olive oil for frying, which is great for starting your sauce, and you've got the olive oil for finishing off.
Yeah.
But if you take like a handful of fresh tomatoes and cut them up and throw that into a frying pan, like cherry tomatoes, throw that into a frying pan, and then you get like some capers or some olives.
As you do, just because you've got. I have none of these things in my kitchen. I have tomato sauce and salad cream, and that's pretty much it. Oh, a tin of chopped tomatoes. Yeah.
Tin of chopped tomatoes. Yeah. You can easily make your pasta with that, and then just make sure that you add a little bit more flavour. Not with salad cream.
Yeah.
So anyway, carrying on.
Tomato sauce, fine. But it's funny, really, because every time we've worked together in the past because our businesses do kind of cross over quite well. Every time I've been to your house, you've literally gone, "Oh, you're hungry? Should I just make some?" And you've literally looked in a fridge with hardly anything in it. No offense, but you've literally made something amazing. And is it a case of less is more?
Yes, with Italian cooking it is.
Yeah,
and French cooking to an extent. But if
they are stingy though. So, from what I've been told.
I'm not going into that, but if I was trying to make, a lot of Asian-based cuisine, that is a lot more ingredients and a lot more time. So you got to think poverty really kind of created the Italian gastronomic palate. There's a whole history behind this. Gualtieri Marchesi, who was probably one of the founding fathers of modern Italian gastronomy, was somebody who, even with his Michelin stars, had very few ingredients in his cooking. So, Arturo Pellegrini, the guy who really went around Italy and discovered a lot of the history of Italian cooking region to region, he wrote the book on Italian cuisine. And again, it's poverty that created what the Italian construct of the palate is. It's few ingredients, but you make sure that the quality is exceptional.
Yeah.
You look after the produce. So,
and you can tell that you do have, and we could talk about food for forever, but we only have probably 15 minutes now. And I do want to talk to you about your business, because what you do, I think, is really interesting, to the point that you do things differently. And I've said to you many times that you need to start doing videos. You need to start doing weekly, daily videos, because the stuff that you do and the stuff that you tackle and the stuff that you write is really interesting, and I think a lot of people really want to know about it. So tell us a little bit about your day-to-day, the things that you do the most and the things that you actually really enjoy doing.
Sure. So day-to-day, I help businesses try and reach their goals on a digital marketing platform. Okay. So I don't go into a business and say, right, well, I'm going to get you now, I don't know, 1,000 new leads. I never start with that premise. What I do is I say, what is it that your business problem is? And so like, I've got one client who we've worked together on, who need, content output. What they need really to achieve is to get clients, new business. Okay. But at the same time, promote what it is that they do. So let's say on a Monday, this is how I will structure my week anyway. And this is around all my clients. On a Monday, it's about crafting content. Yeah. So I've already got a plan in place. So on a Sunday night for an hour, I just sit down, notepad, or get the laptop out and start typing. And I basically go, right, okay, this person needs, because already on the agreed strategies that we've got and the data that I can see, this person might need more social media input. So they need social content. They need blog posts written. They need an ebook written this month, for
Yeah.
example. But then on a Monday, I sit down nice and early, probably about 6, 7 a.m., get a cup of coffee, right, okay, and start writing, start putting out all this content, start already creating the content. So on a Monday, typically that could be about 4 to 5 blog posts, which are around 700 to 1,000 words each. So really on a good day, that could be, 5,000 words on, and that could be a variation between all my clients, for example. Tuesday then is all about getting that content out into their platforms. So on their website, if it's a blog post, their social media, to make sure that that blog post gets picked up. I then, on a Tuesday as well, Tuesday afternoons, I put that all to the side in terms of creating them social content. So already focusing on what their social content should be for the rest of the week and making sure that the plan that's already in there for social media is already fulfilled. Okay. So that could be like, right, well, they need a body of content. They might need 30 posts this week alone. So
that is a lot of content as well.
It's a lot of content. So I've got to think. Yeah. And so I think about it. And then what I then do is I strategize. So then my Wednesday is a really good day for me for creating my strategy or looking at the strategy that's already in place and then looking at the data and looking at how people are responding to these posts and going, well, we need to change this up, or we need to have a little bit more of this, or we need to have a little bit less of that, or that's not working. What else could work? So then that's where I know that my knowledge of on-page content development and working with it and branding all come into play. This is where then you might get the call, and you've had these calls before, like, Mike, have you got any availability to do a quick video? And it'll be something like that.
Because it's you're in that zone.
Yeah, and it's looking at what that data is telling us. So if that business needs more video content because Google looks at that video content as it's fresh, it's answering a question, it's new, then it's a case of, right, they need video content. Do they have an FAQ page? No? Okay. I create an FAQ page. Do they have an FAQ page, but are there more questions that people are asking? Yes. Right. So then we've got to update that FAQ page. So it's things like this.
And it's like a jigsaw, isn't it? You've got to look at it as a whole and literally go, right, that's not working. We can get you some points. It's a point system. It's right. We need to get you some more points here. We need to get you some more points here. Is that how it? Right. Okay.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that's a really good way of looking at it. It's almost like a constantly changing Rubik's Cube.
Do you know what? I feel like I've just unlocked something. Like everyone always says to me when I do videos for them, they'll always say, "Oh, will this make me rank?" And I'm like, "Well, it'll contribute, but there are other elements that obviously help." But I just feel like I understand it. I probably don't, but I feel like I understand it a bit more.
There's always elements, so you're always playing with what the data's showing you, but also you've got to think, how do we human beings also interact with things? How do we behave around things? So if people are watching TV at night, they're on their phones. So if there's a piece of content that can actually, if it's a meme. So today, for example, just before this call, it's a very famous, when you go on the meme generators, image flip.
Yeah.
Right. So, this client who we're talking about, well, I mean, might as well throw a link up to the Yorkshire Catering Company, the Yorkshire Deli. So it's a family-run business up in Wakefield and Leeds.
Lovely.
And great people. And one of the things that I've put is like, there's the Maori Povich thing where he's sat back and he's like reading a card like this, and it's the typical DNA test. It's the lie detector test, right? And at the top of the meme, I've put, so you said that you think you make a better chocolate brownie than the Yorkshire Deli. And then at the bottom is the lie detector says, that's a lie.
Yeah.
Now, I've done that because when I've done memes in the past, they've had lots of little engagements. They've had a real high engagement level.
I think from my point of view, I think it's because people relate to it more.
And it's things that get shared. It's things that get noticed, like you say, because they relate to it. They instantly, there's no fear about what that content could be,
and they're more willing to engage with it and go, that's quite funny, that.
Precisely.
Because I think, business is changing so much, and it's constantly changing. But like, we're doing business differently. We're evolving all the time, and you've always got to think outside the box, and that's where the creatives come in and kind of help, bridge the gap. Because it is hard running a business,
Massively,
especially, like for myself. I mean, I can do my own videos, like what we're doing today. I can create my own content. But what I can't do is SEO. What I can't do is making sure my website does what it needs to be doing so that it's actually a benefit rather than a hindrance. Do you know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, so the thing is, it's about really with content creation today. What's happened is people have tried to become way too perfect with their content creation rather than actually just getting content out. And, the masters of it, like the Gary Vaynerchuks and the David Weitzmans and all these guys, they're all saying the exact same thing. Look, we're doing a Zoom call right now. You're recording it. It's going to be a great piece of content. It's going to be great for you. Hopefully great for me. Hopefully somebody comes out and says, right, I want to work with these guys. If not, it doesn't matter. What we're doing is we're getting content out there, and that serves a purpose of informing. It serves a purpose of also entertainment. It's light entertainment. 20 minutes is light entertainment.
And this is another thing as well. And this is the next question I was really going to go on to, is right now it is important to be engaging with people. There are two types of people at the moment. There are people that are sitting back, putting their head in the sand and literally not doing anything, expecting to come back after this pandemic and just expect clients and engagement to still be there. There's another type of person that is actually going, well, do you know what? This right now is the time when everybody's on their mobile devices. This is the time when you really could push yourself and people go, I'd never even heard of Take the Cake before. Oh, who's this? This is the time that you should be promoting yourself, because you do run the risk of becoming a brand new business when you come back. It'll feel like all that hard work, especially people who are self-employed,
like
who have their own business.
Yeah.
And I know in my first year, it was so hard. But you had to keep going. You had to keep going to networking. You had to keep meeting people. Now, a lot of my business comes through the fact that people know what I do. People then refer me because they know that I can do the work. I would hate to be back in that situation where I am literally trying to show people what I can do and invent myself. So, I think really is now the time to be promoting yourself. I know it is, but what do you think?
Oh, I mean, hugely. And the reality is, look, there's so much that's going to be happening over the next, 18 months, certainly so, /2.5 years, 3 years even. We're in the midst of a global crisis, right? And it's going to be an economic global crisis as well. And there's going to be, what happened in 2008 is going to seem like a picnic compared to where we're going to be, I honestly think, once we come out of this. There's going to be businesses that are going to really struggle, and some businesses, unfortunately, are going to have to close, and people are going to lose their jobs. So whether you're a business or whether you're just a person that is already on the cusp of, I don't know where I'm going with my life, because this is what brings out uncertainty, brings out, anxiety, and it brings out as well people having to be creative with their time. There was somebody the other day, she's an artist and just wasn't selling as many t-shirts anymore and wasn't really going anywhere. But you know what? She's an artist. So it's just like, she recorded herself making a picture, drawing a picture, and then she sold it for $80. And this is where you've got personal branding and business branding that has to really kind of just put yourself out there. On the Friday night, and you joined me 2 weeks back.
I did.
I was going back to cooking for some weird reason, but I was doing a cooking live demonstration, because for me, I've always taken the mickey out of how Brits cook Italian food. And I thought, you know what? Stop being scared. Stop being afraid of going on camera, and just stick yourself on a live Instagram.
And I've said that to you for many years. I've said you've got a good personality for being on camera. That's why you're my first guest.
Thank you. And it's why, and until I did it, I didn't know if I would even be able to do something like this, you see. And what was really interesting was, I've done it now 5 times, and the amount of messages I get back saying, this is hilarious, this is brilliant, you've got to keep on doing it, because I'm just caution to the wind, I'm swearing, I'm just being me on camera cooking, but people are liking the interaction, people are liking the fact that it's a kind of just an interactive show. And
you're a likable person.
I thank you for that, but what was interesting about it all is it's people are looking for that escapism as well, and that push to do it. So that's for me on a personal branding level. I've already got weirdly, I've already got people wanting to order tiramisu from me. Now, I don't have a tiramisu business, but they want to order it because they're like, yet. But yeah, it's, I look at it and I go, well, as a little side hustle, I could probably do limited orders. So you see, personal branding, you'll buy some. Personal branding and business branding, it's just the same. It's just about putting yourself out there. It's about staying relevant, and it's about creating that impetus for people, like you said. For a lot of small businesses that don't do anything, it's going to be like year zero for them. But the businesses that keep on putting out stuff, this is an opportunity to really get yourself out there. And it's an opportunity to now say, well, do you know what? Mike still might not be able to get to me because of the lockdown, but as soon as the lockdown's finished, I'm going to use him for a promo video. Or they could be contacting you right now. And this is interesting, actually, because you've been doing this.
I've had some inquiries already about people wanting to promote themselves. So I know that I'm going to be very busy when everything gets back to normal. That's why I'm not worried.
You could right now be doing an online Zoom course, or a Google Meet, whoever it is you use. You can be doing that and basically saying, this is how you use your phone to start a video diary of what your business is. Right? You could run that course, and you could do that, and you could reach out to your customers right now and just say, look, guys, I want to do a half an hour Zoom call with you, even as a test, just to see if this could possibly work. You fancy doing it? And lo and behold, right, you've got then a bunch of people that are activated.
That's it, your 20 minutes are up. No, I get you. I really do think that is the way forward, and a lot of businesses are going online. But Gino, it's 20 minutes. That's the rule of the slice. That's it. You've had your slice. You've eaten it. You've got to go now. Thank you so much to everyone who has watched. Gino, you have been a fantastic guest, and I really do hope that you come back in the future. If you would like to be on the slice, then drop me a message. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch this show today. Thank you very much, Gino.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks to everybody.
And I'll see you all very soon.